let me include Dr. Sundus into the discussion. Dr. Sundus, when we look at the domestic situation, and Rahul Gandhi called this fight not political but to save the constitution and to protect one person, one vote. In your view, how effective is this framing in railing the public opinion against Modi's government?
It was not just the framing that he framed, actually, it was a bitter reality, today's real face of India. And we were expecting this Rahul's detention sooner or later. We were expecting that he will be behind the bars. Why? Because he has been so vocal against BJP's government and BJP's real face. So he, sir has told very rightly that he not only highlighted the corruption scandals, but he also highlighted this election manipulation in 2 states of India, the minority rights, the women rights, and this election manipulation. So Rahul was very right to predict that where India is heading towards, and I also second this thought that Manmohan Singh is the right person who actually provided India this economic base. Actually, he was the person who was very right. He was a true leader who wanted to see India as a rising India. But what Modi did, Modi ruined everything. Not only because of his solid, rigid Hindutva policies, but because of this, I would say, blind, as he was blindly heading towards securing the 3rd election tenure. But unfortunately, he cannot able to secure this election for the 3rd time because of his own policies. A day after another, India is losing its strategic dominance in the region, and Pakistan on the flip side is successfully securing this conventional deterrence in the region. So finally and luckily, because of this Operation Sindoor, we have been lucky enough to tell the world that Pakistan is capable enough in any way, not only strategically, domestically and diplomatic grounds in particular, that we have enhanced or successfully secured this conventional deterrence, and India is losing its strategic position in the region.
Right, and this poses a serious threat to India as far as a diplomatic front is concerned. But at the same time, I want to take on, since we're discussing the domestic challenges that the Modi government is facing at this point in time, and like Dr. Sarma earlier alluded to, that 15th August is also around the corner, and with these detentions of major opposition leaders, how do you see this is reflecting the shrinking space for freedom of speech within India, and how does this reflect Modi's global image?
See, this is the so-called democratic India, that even the opposition leader is not even allowed to speak for their own people. That what Rahul Gandhi is actually trying to tell the people that he has been manipulating by this Hindutva mindset and by the Modi's government. So this is the real face of so-called democratic India, that even the opposition leader is not even allowed to speak up, to raise voice. So what about the common people? What about the journalists? And this Rahul's detention provided us the opportunity to tell the world, because we have seen that Indian media has been so falsely vocal against the Pakistan and Pakistani armed forces and all that stuff. So we have got the chance to speak up this time. It's our time to tell the world from our side and from our media's perspective that, see, this is the so-called democratic and so-called secular India, that even the opposition leader, the MPs, the people sitting in the government are not even allowed. The media is so blind and so rigid, and I would say the freedom of expression is cipher over there. There is no freedom of expression type of thing in Indian media. So they have been making fun of them since the Operation Sindoor. So their media, the government, their rigid Hindutva mindset, their opposition, everyone in their own capacity is just making fun of them.